cousin, this younger energy that you pull back from knows exactly why. This is not about repeating the loop. This is about recognizing the lesson before the cycle can even start over. Okay? Peep the scene. We're not doing this over again. Okay? What's up? It's your girl. I kind of back like I never left because I never did. Do you hear me? What's up, cousins? Okay? Yeah. How y'all doing? I'm good. Just chilling. I'm feeling good. Rubbing on my head. Okay, I'm done. But yeah, okay, let's get into this reading because the energy feels clear. Are you clear? Are you clear where you stand with somebody? Are you clear where you stand with yourself first? First of all, let's see what we got. What's gonna come out? Yeah, what we got? Oh, some almost came out. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So what I'm getting off of this is there's some lesson cycles. Yeah, self-discipline. Yeah, you feel like you've been working without reward. Yeah, but the thing is, there are rewards in this lesson. It may not look like how you want it to. I feel like it's like your words getting out. Remember, the lesson is not, making somebody understand you or overstand you. Yeah, if that makes sense. Um, Sometimes the lesson is really just letting them have the version of you, that fits the story or whatever story that they got in their head. It's not up to you to like force somebody to understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Or the story that they need to carry. Ace of Wands, it came out sideways. So yeah, your thoughts, your creations, your power, yeah, new beginnings. Like it's not your business or your place to overexert yourself, over talk, or make somebody understand where you're coming from. Yeah, no. Let them create or leave them whatever version that they have of you, because if you keep on trying to prove who you are, prove what you got to say, it opens a door and keeps a cord attached to them, especially if you don't want to be attached to them. Yeah, because you got willpower. You got new stuff you got growth. You got new opportunities coming. Yeah. What else we at? Ooh. Okay, we got the Ace of Pentacles. See? You need to be focusing on your money, because I know that's what you do. My cousins, they focusing on their bag. Now, if you want to focus on, love or whatever the case may be, that's fine too. But in the meantime, Page of Cups, emotions. You can focus on emotions too. You can focus on love too. Um, but you're in this dreamer mode. You're in this you're like holding your cup like, yeah, I got this and I'm focusing on this right now. That's how you looking. Ooh, honey, the camera is crazy. But yeah, you looking at the cup like, yeah, I got some opportunities. I'm curious about myself or curious about somebody else or opportunity. And then you got the Knight of Cups. Okay, you went from the page to the Knight. Okay, page is you're standing on your own with just your cup when it comes to the Page of Cup. But when you got, baby, you got this horsey. Okay, you turned on your charm, and it probably was somebody that turned on their charm to like get closer to you or something like that. Yeah, closer, come closer. And then we have the Devil that came out as well right here. Okay, and my people got on clothes. Clock it. Okay, yeah, that's your shadow self attachments. Like, yeah, that has been your shadow self, your lower self of trying to prove yourself when you should have been proven to yourself instead of proving to people outside of your body. Like, no, because you got to keep your peace. You know what I'm saying? Why keep trying to explain yourself when you could just keep your peace? Right. You get more peace by just minding your business, because people gonna make up whatever they want in their head about you or how you left them or whatever the case may be. Because there's a difference between ghosting somebody and leaving on a note where they know the energy. You had certain conversation with them, you told them your likes or dislikes or whatever the case may be, or what you're focusing on, and they weren't aligned with what you're going towards, what you're aligned with. Yeah, yeah, somebody had codependency. Yeah, yeah. I I feel that energy because I used to feel like I had to be heard. Yeah. It's a yeah. I had to explain myself. I feel like I had to explain myself until I was heard. But that wastes energy because people can hear you. They heard you the first time. Because they heard you the first time. Don't make somebody have to repeat. Don't let yourself repeat. Don't make yourself repeat something else, something the same thing that you had to say to somebody. Because they heard you the first time. People are not slow. Because if they with you and they got close enough to you and they know how you are and know how you're operating, they know your energy signature and they know what you stand on. No, like I feel like I could say it a certain way and they will understand or they will overstand. But it's certain lessons that other people haven't been through that you have been through, and you like, nah, I'm not learning that lesson all over again. I can't do that. Yeah, nah, because it's toxic. It's codependent. It creates codependency. So why would you do that to yourself or somebody else? Is not That's not fair. Because we want to be so fair so all the time and be like, maybe I should have a long talk with them and show them where I'm coming from and all of that. But nah, baby, it don't do nothing but burn you out. It burnt me out because we ain't finna burn ourselves out, honey. Restless, stress. They probably restless and stressed now because of you walking away from a situation. You had to put something to rest. Yeah, you were burnt out. No, we can't do that. No. Having the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, honey. No. And then we got Strength in reverse. Heck no. And that has been your weakness, to be heard. Baby, you hear yourself. Whoever get it, they get it. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. So whoever this person is, this individual, man, woman, lady, or this group of people, or you had lack of direction or they had lack of direction. So it created conflict, or I feel like they had lack of direction and it was projected on you to not know, hey, I don't have to do all this. I don't have to pull out tricks and components, and I don't have to be performative in order to be at peace. Because if they're not in a peaceful state and you're in a peaceful state, you worked hard to get to where you are and you've done the work and you know what doing the work look like, showing up for yourself, doing the shadow work, sitting with yourself, being a mirror to yourself before you can be a mirror to somebody else. And just because you are a mirror to somebody else doesn't mean you have to hold their hand and walk them through it. Just by your presence, by you showing up alone, by you giving them access to your energy, your home, your resources, they feel that already because you have done the work. You look like you've done the work. You are the work that you worked on. Child, look here. Cousin, we is not gonna play with nobody about our peace, okay? Okay, yeah, not at all. Okay, we're not doing it. And we got the Three of Swords, negative self-talk. By them projecting this lack of direction on you, it had probably put you in this like negative self-talk, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll never find somebody, or I'll never find somebody that's going to show up for me how I show up for them, or whatever the case may be, because they're in their energy, but they around somebody that like you, cousin, that is showing up for yourself. So they feel like, hey, they got an overflow. I can take and not give properly, equity, because we're not, keep an account of everything that we do for people. But at the end of the day, if somebody, you notice the patterns of people taking, wanted you to be they financial advisor, their uh therapist, their mama, their daddy, all that. No. And especially if they like, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship, but you want the baby, you want the whole package deal. You want the whole girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife subscription, and you not nah. Uh, you think Netflix or Hulu, one of these companies, finna let you get all of this for free and then not put nothing? You gotta pay them. They gotta pay you in equity as well. They gotta show it for you like you show it for them. You get what I'm saying? How you need to be showed up for. What's your love language? What is it that you're desiring? You get what I'm saying? The lovers. That's what's coming for you. They wanted to be, see, I told my girlfriend, boyfriend, they wanted the whole package, honey. Yeah, but you're getting that. You're getting that because you keep closing out these cycles. They keep popping up, different bodies, same energy. No, you learned that lesson already. You can see that 3,000 light years away already. So we're not playing it. No, not my cousins. Is you? Oh, okay. Yeah. And then we got Ten of Cups. Now that you walked away from whoever these people are, these groups of people, this person or whoever this person is, whatever, their dreams are shattered because they were trying to test your loyalty. You get what I'm saying? Like test how loyal you are. And I feel like this person, they have the potential to be a good person. They probably open car doors and, you know, all the doors and, say the right things and, you know, very imaginative, very bright, but there could be addictions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely some addictions right here. That's where the devil card came up. Yeah, they definitely have some addictions, and they're addicted to some things that you don't want to be attached to you at this point in time, ever really, because you came out of it already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but your dreams aren't shattered. But y'all were definitely, there was a disconnection, there was a misalignment, there was a struggle in this situation. And then we got the King of Swords, quiet power. They know you have this quiet power about yourself. Yeah, yeah. But they have this quiet power about them too, as well. But like I was saying, they were using like the facade of loyalty to test you. Like, will this person buy this? Will this person do this? Will this person show up for me like this without me putting in the full effort that I could put in with them? Yeah, yeah. Misuse of power. They have a lack of control with, especially with their addictions. Like, no. Yeah, and we had an Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, yeah. There has been a skill developed asking you to do things and running in your pockets, and you like, okay, now I gotta cut you off because this ain't it. Now, if you in a rock between a rock and a hard place, some necessities that you need, I'll mess with you. But then when your addiction show up and you trying to tell me that you want me to pay for your addictions, you you ain't have enough money set to the side for your little alcohol or your whoop de doos, and you want me to pay for that? No, we can't do that. We can't do that. No. Mm-mm. But yeah, I ain't gonna even lie. Like, but now I realize when I start speaking my piece, and the situation still showed me like what it showed me. I didn't keep arguing. I didn't have to keep arguing with evidence. Like, oh, here you go. I got to tell you, I'm such a great person. I'm so loyal. I did this. And no, baby, you don't have to over explain yourself. We're not doing it no more. Not at all. Because your silence doesn't have to always be ghosting. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your silence is the boundary. You can just go quiet because your energy and what you said already until you was blue in the face is evident enough. They already know what they're doing. This person knew what they was doing. Okay? And we had the King of Cups. Okay. Yeah. You're in this King of Cups, diplomatic energy. Like you have control. You're empathetic to other people's situations, but you know that you're not gonna jump back in a loop or a cycle that you already been in. You're baby, you already did the work. You're not doing that no more. That's the energy that you like, baby. I get where you coming from, but I ain't nobody saved. You gotta go talk to God and Jesus, or whatever you subscribe to, because I'm not the one or two. King, Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, these are your inner feelings. Like you're self caring for yourself. All the energy that you were giving to other people, or this person wanted you to give to them prematurely. Like you're doing this for yourself. They wanted you to be codependent. We're not finna be codependent. Codependent on who? No. Like we're too busy co-create with God. No, and our brother Jesus, okay? But yeah, but yeah, I had to learn that my silence was like the boundary after I had already shared my explanation. Like I'm not finna keep explaining. But yeah, it ain't about me, but I'm just sharing, y'all. I'm just, you know, cause I had to learn. I see this energy. I, honey, look, negative thoughts. This person has negative thoughts. They wrapped up in it. They wrapped up in all their trauma that they've been through. And then we had the three of wands. They lack of planning. Yeah. They playing it small. Think big. Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. Like they stuck in a loop of survivor's remorse. Like stuff that doesn't have to do anything with you. You get what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing to do with you. But yeah. Sometimes you just gotta leave people with their own listen. Let me see. Queen of Wands. Sideways. Yeah. They want to have courage. They want to be independent. They want to move away from, I guess, their family dynamic or whatever the case may be. But it's like survivor's remorse. Yeah, survivor's remorse. They feel like if they leave, like they may or may not have like this oomph for life. They may not have joy. They may not have peace. They scared of stepping out on faith. And that's not your business. You know what I'm saying? You're not there to just hold their hand for that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta peep the scene before you start talking, because people will show you who they are. You ain't got to get no motivational speech and all that. You know what I'm saying? Every time. And as much as we love helping people with empathetic, sympathetic, all the pathetics. Oh my God, not pathetics. This pathetic has to be there for a reason. Like this person feels pathetic. That's the energy. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Let people. Yeah. Let people. Lead them people with their own lesson. You keep yours because you've learned this lesson already. Ooh. Yeah, curse. This individual can have a curse. I'm seeing a house. Africans, not African Americans or indigenous to this land, but somebody from Africa. Somebody that lived in their house previously before them were some scammers doing spell work. Yeah, they had whoever lived in their house previously, so their energy is stuck on them, and their family could be into curses, hexes, and witchcraft, and having negative mindsets or projecting it on them. So they feel like, I feel like the family feels like if they leave, they won't have. This reminds me of one of the last readings I did. They want to keep a grasp on you so that when they know that you have anointing, they know that they have an anointing. So this person that you could be, um, you know, pulling away from, or have recently pulled away from, or about to, depends on where you are. You will know the energy. You will see it. You will peep the game. So this is ahead of time for you. This is timeless, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you see it, it's for you. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta put the pieces where they supposed to be at. Don't overdo it. If it ain't yours, it ain't. If it ain't yours, don't force it. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, rejection, abandonment, dismiss, irrational fear. They're fearful of where they could go. Look at that. Yeah. And we have escaping, avoiding, blocking, and they pushing you away energetically and physically by doing certain things, saying certain things, or showing up a way that is not aligned with you. Over asking for things. That's what the energy that I'm picking up. Clarify this Queen of Cups in reverse. These feelings, these codependencies. What we got here? Yeah. Cause that baby, it's 5 in the morning. That's the kind of energy they was on. Like, let me pull up. I'm outside. I feel like that's the energy. But they're at a breaking point, or this was you was in a breaking point. That was the last straw. When you got that last thing, you like, nah, baby, that ain't how I rock and roll. Now I gave you a little leeway. I gave you a little exception because you showed to be a bright individual. But nah, mm. And you got evidence and proof of this. What you doing? I'm finna pull up. I hate what you doing, text. I hate WYD, baby. What? Use your words. Say it with your chest. Cause what is that? Yeah, and that could be overwhelming for you. You was at your breaking point with these text messages. Like what? Baby, use your words. We're grown. Okay? What is that? Can it's this? Okay? Withdraw, you withdraw from it. You withdraw for that. Because you are at peace and you're not gonna let nobody ruin the peace that you have. Cause and I feel you. Like we're not gonna let nobody ruin our peace that we work so hard for. Yeah. Now you're back in this single solitary mode because you had to withdraw, and they may be in that energy as well because you pulled away. You're not showing up for them how you were, and I feel like this was a new connection. This was something new, but this was definitely an eye opener. You have been patient. You have been watching. You've been slow to talk and quick to listen. And yeah, boredom. I feel like this individual, you got bored with it, but this individual was doing certain things out of boredom as well. And then they ran across you. And then it was like, here you go. Peaceful, balanced over here. They was like, oh, wait a minute. And then you was like, oh, wait a minute too. Yeah, you clocked everything that was dealing with this situation. You're like, oh no, can't do that. Mm-mm. Yeah. What else we need to know? But yeah, that's the inner feelings. They was at a breaking point. Yeah. You wanted balance. You wanted harmony. You wanted true friendship. You wanted to be a friend. You know what I'm saying? Even in both of y'all was saying, oh, we're not looking for a relationship, but you wanted things to happen organically. You don't have to put a title on things. You don't have to go looking for love. Love finds you. You get what I'm saying? You ain't gotta fall in love. You can be with love. I'm with love. Okay? But I don't want to fall into nothing. You hear me? And that was the resistance. The resistance was this individual was suppressing their emotions, suppressing their true feelings. Because when you have certain addictions, you're not showing up as your true self. You have a representative. So it's not going to be fair if you're showing up sober and whatever the case may be, and you like, okay, I'm showing up, but I can't even get to fool you because you are over here withdrawing. Got curses on you. Break them. Okay? And they're being your secret admirer at this point. Yeah, they're timid. Yeah, yeah. We're not doing it. But all of this is self-explanatory. We're gonna get a couple more cards and then we're gonna roll out on this one. Yeah, you have depth, you have awareness. They know that. And they feel like you're too good to be true. You're too much to them. They feel like they barked up a large tree. They like, what? You are who you say you are. You are who you say you are. A superstar. So have no fear. The champ is here. Healing. You're releasing. You're purifying. I hate that shadow cast that's on there. But yeah, you're purifying. Yeah. And they feel abandoned. They feel like they've been left out in the cold. But the thing is, they know why. Because of how they've been showing up. And you just like, I'm not judging you, whatever the case may be, whatever you present to me, and I feel like it's getting in the middle of this connection, then I'm going to have to roll. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, oh, I wish people got warning labels. Pay attention. Okay. We do. The chosen ones that answer the call does. Second, they want a second chance. They want to show up a different way, but right now it's not the time because work takes a minute to yeah, and they're confused. They're unclear. But it's like they would rather have you in this energy so that they could come back and open up the cycle. But you're not confused because you jumped out the loop real quick. You're like, okay, sayonara, sucker, gotta go. No, no, no slight to you, sir, ma'am. But I gotta roll. I got to roll. Okay, we're gonna take those couple right there. Okay, we got intimacy. This how y'all was looking. That's what they wanted. But they feel hopeless about it now. They're hoping. They're like triple, double down on hoping. Yeah, I don't judge my nails, y'all. I broke some. They washing dishes, child. But anywho, that I'm at them. And sunflowers or daisies could be significant, to you. But yeah, you've been manifesting. You stepped out on faith. They have faith in this connection, but the thing is that you don't have as much faith right now because the faith that you had to withdraw your faith. You had to withdraw from hoping. You withdrawed from hoping about this situation, hoping that it'll go good because however somebody's presenting themselves to you, right, is how they are. So, in order to have peace and stability within yourself internally, it wouldn't be wise to be like, okay, they're going to change. Whoever they're presenting to you is who they are. So you would have to be okay with where they are and how they are. So that's up to you, cousin. But I know my cousin's gonna make the right decision for them, for you. Okay? But yeah, they're falling apart about this because you abruptly pulled it back. But they know why. It ain't no, I don't know why. She just left me. He just left me. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Because this is not, I don't see like a relationship. See? Celebration. They're not celebrating that. Y'all not celebrating together no more. It's in reverse. Yeah. This is y'all. He was confiding in you. You were confiding in him to a certain extent. But he or she was confiding more in you and open more to you than emotionally than you were because you're not trying to trump it up. You're paying attention. You paying attention to the patterns. You're paying attention to how people show up. This individual showing up. You're just like, okay, people go through things. But okay, it's a little yellow. Okay, it's green flag. Oh, it's getting a little orange. Okay, it's red. Okay, okay, we're getting a little beside ourselves. I think I'm gonna have to exit stage left. Eject Ocido cause I gotta get up out of here cause this ain't for me. I worked too hard for my piece and I gotta roll. But yeah, cousin. But they're spying. This is on the bottom of the deck. They're spying. Yeah. And people have noticed, like, yeah, and they're prideful. Arrogance. This was on the back of it. Their pride and their arrogance is what got them in this space because they wanted to see how loyal you were to them. Baby, my cousin just met you. How you gonna test loyalty? See, you ain't even loyal to your goddamn. So how you gonna be loyal to cousin? How you gonna test cousin loyalty? I feel like they was in like maybe it could have been a background love triangle or something you ain't know nothing about. But you felt the energy. You was like, okay, we're not in a relationship, but at the end of the day, I'm just peeping the scene. We ain't gotta be humping. Y'all humping. It's y'all humping. Keep yourself to yourself. Okay? But anywho, that's the reading. Thank y'all so much for showing up. Thanks to the new subscribers. Thanks to the OGs. I really do appreciate y'all. Like, we almost at 500 subscribers. I'm excited, y'all. But yeah, out of 5,000. You all love.